to America. Whoa, 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 whoa.
We got Black Latino and Native American. When the Lord says that our kingdom is to come, as long as we follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
I got the camera bag, I'm the cameraman. If shit getting active, I'ma stand it down. We taking ground, call an ambulance. That shit go. If shit go, you best get right, or you'll get you got that. That shit go. If you got a problem, we'll handle it. Niggas acting hard, you better stand on it. We on every corner, we stamping it. You better get your life for this camp shit. We ain't playing around, there's no cowards, dog. If niggas charged up, you get powered off. Rude of speech, keep it raw. It ain't my fault that you niggas soft. It ain't my fault that these niggas frauds. It ain't my fault that them niggas rats. If your colors fly, you don't get that shit go. Right. If shit go, you best get right, or you'll get you got that. That shit go right. If shit go you best get right, or you'll get you got that right. That shit go.
Wanna go to war, gotta hop into the van. Tryna cut the semen, something you don't understand. Getting checked from my betterment, better take it like a man. Nigga, how you walk away for camp? If you willing to die, you better be willing to stand. Take a trip around the world, see a bunch of corners held by them UPK niggas. All them UPK niggas go to camp. And I'm on Shamar here, hanging out the car. Wonder when I pull up straight to the battlefield. And I'ma make sure niggas make it back home. Say, nigga, what you thought? Well, anything moving, I be on. Gotta remind them, we nothing like them niggas that you saw. If you hear back up, that'll be your last time to get out the way. The price to pay before
that shit go.
Nah, for real though.
If shit go, you best get right, or you'll get you got that right. That shit go.
Nah, for real though.
If shit go, you best get right, or you'll get you got that.
Y'all about to swim y'all south around the thug. Move that song. Move that song. Move that song. The Father we fear. The Father we fear. Yahweh. Israel. Israel. Israel.
You try to take this Bible and use it for everybody. You stupid as hell. You dumb as hell. This Bible is what's going to condemn you, because this is the book of the Israelites. You should have destroyed this book, you dumb so-called white people. Instead of going around and trying to use the Bible is the book that's going to destroy your world.
Excuse me. Everyone, I have a brief announcement to make. Jesus was black, Ronald Reagan was the devil, and the government is lying about 9/11. Thank you for your time, and good night.
Shalom, Ak. Shalom, Ak. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shabbarakatah.
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shabbarakatah.
No one knows because they tried to keep it on the low from all my folks because they felt so I'm I'ma kill them with the flow. Blinded by the dough, we can't see clearly through the smoke. They'd rather see us on that dough, locked up, they're buried in a hole. Ain't wanna see us grow because they can't go toe to toe, but I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop our glow, but they cannot achieve their goal, so I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow.
Hey, who shot big smalls? If we don't get them, they gon' get us all. And I'll be damned if I just sit back while my people fall. There is no contestant when we all in this together. So let's come together now so we can end this shit forever. I don't wanna go to school, I'd rather read up on my enemies and study all the methods used to kill my people mentally. Sex, money, and drugs is destroying our identity. And this ain't nothing new, this shit been going on for centuries. Instead of fighting for rights, you should have been fighting for our land. Now we fighting for the man, don't go right into their plan. And I'm sick of this, it's ridiculous how the government is such hypocrites. They make the laws, then break the laws. How serious should I take the laws? My blood, homie, I take a loss. This family first, worst come to worst, and I die for mine. Me and my niggas, we charged up like alkaline. We strapped up like Columbine. When it's wartime, I'm on the front line. Facts life, I'm acting like I was born again. It's the afterlife.
No one knows because they tried to keep it on the low from all my folks because they folk, so I'ma kill them with the flow. Blinded by the dough, we can't see clearly through the smoke. They'd rather see us on that dough, locked up, they're buried in a hole. Ain't wanna see us grow because they can't go toe, but I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop our glow, but they cannot achieve their goal, so I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Check it, get your life right, cause this the last call. Christ coming back.
And come in and see what we're really about, learn these scriptures, you know what I mean? Weigh them to see if everything that we're saying is actually true, compare it to life, compare it to the history, and you'll find out these brothers in Baltimore, these officers and captains, is going to, lead you in the right direction. All right. One of the things I'm gonna go into is somewhat how brothers treat their wives and their wives treat their husbands. Like, in order to have some sort of unity, you got to start that unity at home with the wife and the husband.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're also going to have unity outside the home with brothers and sisters. Like right now, you can see in the air, once again, black people are starting to rise up, but there's nobody guiding them in the right direction. You know what I mean? There's no real guidance on family, on brotherhood, on sisterhood. Like, we done lost our way. And we basically lost our way by sinning against the Most High. Like, we think we lost our way from the 60s. No, it started further than just the 60s. We lost our way when we came out of slavery. We lost our way when we went into slavery. We lost our way when we broke the covenant of the Most High, when we was in our own land. A lot of black people always talking about, go back to Africa and all that. And they don't even realize, they don't take a look at the history of the reason being you're here is because the Africans, they sold you. They came up and got with the so-called Europeans, and the Europeans is the ones that sold us over here. The Africans brought us to the Europeans, and the Europeans sold us to the so-called America, or the Americas, which is plural, all right? But a lot of times, man, you got to be able to get with your woman. You got to be able to, you and her got to have some sort of agreement or some sort of moral compass on how a man and a woman should live. And that moral compass ain't going to come from some sort of, somebody that's on the internet or somebody that's a talk show host. They can't fix marriages. And black people got to tend to always think a celebrity or talk show host, can, have the experience to fix a marriage. When they picking people that used to sing a damn record. Like Jennifer Hudson, she's a singer. She's not a psychiatrist. She's not a spiritual, a guide. And most of these spiritual guys, if they're not getting it from the Bible and getting it out of the ISUPK, it's a waste of time. You know what I mean? A lot of times when you ask a woman, what does she desire in a man? It's damn near like she wants a slave. You know what I mean? Like she don't want a man. She want a slave. And it's the same thing with a brother. But there's certain duties that a man's supposed to play, and there's certain duties that a woman is supposed to play in a marriage and in a family. And we gotta find this. The only way we're gonna find it in this Bible. This is the book that everybody says, you know what I mean, is trash. Polite, he went and shot the Bible up, and now he in prison. Like God gonna punish everybody that talks against this book. Like it seemed like they talking crazy about the Bible. In their mind, they think they disrespecting the Bible and they disrespecting the Hebrew Israelite. You ain't disrespecting us. The Lord gonna deal with you just like he dealt with Polite, just like he dealt with everybody that come up and try to rise up against the Bible. Yo, give me that. I'm gonna start with dealing with a wife, a husband and a wife. Give me that in 1 Corinthians. Let's see, I think chapter 1.
You want chapter 1, sir?
Forgive me. Chapter 7, verse 1.
Oh, come on. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1. Paul called to be an apostle of Jesus Christ through the will of God. And
not his will, but the will of God. Because Paul loved his people. Go ahead.
And sustenance our brother unto the church of God which is at Corinth, to them that are sanctified in Christ Jesus.
Right. These brothers been cleansed. These women been cleansed. Paul set up a lot of schools. And in the schools, the people that was in the schools were Israelites. But the brothers and sisters in Jerusalem looked at those brothers as that they were Gentiles. Because they was raised up in a Gentile nation, just like we've been raised up in Christmas, 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christianity, Islam, Kemetic religion. They call it Kemetic science, but it's a religion. Just like, what is that, Christian Science? They both run the same. A bunch of trash, bunch of garbage. Go ahead, read on.
In Christ Jesus, called to be saints, with all that in every place call upon the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord, both theirs and ours.
Salakia. Is that mic on? Are they able to hear? Because y'all okay, go ahead. You got that thing that you normally rock with?
Yeah, I'm right on.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
Come on. Grace, verse 3, grace be unto you and peace from God our Father and from the Lord Jesus Christ. I thank my God always on your behalf.
So the Lord is thanking the Most High because he got to receive this knowledge from Christ. So out of respect to the Most High and the honor to the Most High, he's thanking him that he was able to meet Christ. Christ dropped that knowledge on him. Paul ran with it and started raising brothers and sisters up in different cities, in different places, and built schools. A lot of brothers reject Paul because they don't even understand Paul, because a lot of these Israelite groups, they started in maybe 2010, 2009. A lot of them don't know the truth like the way you know the truth. You get them in a battle, you're going to smoke them. Our 50s will smoke them. Our troopers are going to smoke them. Go ahead.
Oh, God. Verse 4.
Paul was a bad brother. Paul understood the Bible, which means Paul understood the Old Testament. He understood the teachings of Christ. Read on.
Come on. Verse 4, I thank my God always on your behalf for the grace of God which is given you by Jesus Christ, that in everything ye are enriched by him in all utterance and in all knowledge.
He talking about in all knowledge. Christ had the knowledge. Christ is the one who taught us how to do these laws, statutes, and commandments. Paul learned everything from Christ, and he started his mission. Our mission is to follow what Paul did, because what Paul did is what Christ wanted us to do. Same thing with Commander General Yana. He's the top of the chain. He opened up schools. A lot of y'all may not know the history about about General Yohana. General Yohana was the one who opened up all these schools that you see wearing red and white. Before they started wearing red and white, General Yohana was the one that was running and opening up schools. That's our job. Our job is, once you set up Baltimore, now you go somewhere else and set up and wake brothers up and bring them in this truth. Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 6, even as the testimony of Christ was confirmed in you.
Go ahead.
Verse 7, so that ye come behind in Salaki.
You in 7 and 7?
Verse, come. Chapter 7, verse 7, sir.
Go ahead.
Oh, Salaki, hold on. Salaki, sir.
You in the wrong book, huh?
I'm in the right book, the wrong chapter, sir.
Yeah, I figured that.
Come.
I'm like,
one more time for the top.
It's fine.
Verse 1.
Because, listen, all knowledge is good knowledge if it's coming from the Most High.
Come.
Straight up. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1. Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman.
Right. It's good for a man to not touch a woman. Why? Why is that? Anybody? Don't make me call you. Right. Keep your focus. Now you focusing on the work. You focusing not on one woman, but you focusing on the entire nation. Like if we really want to get up out of here, we gotta focus on building a nation. That is the whole object. Now it's good to get a woman. Hell yeah. Enjoy. Right? But it's better to raise up a nation, to raise up an army.
So like I said, is this a good precept for the scripture that says a bishop must be a husband of one wife?
Right. Exactly.
Come.
Like that's supposed to be your first wife coming into truth. I think me and you talked about that, right? Right. Yeah, me and you talked about that. And that's really what it is. And the truth is supposed to be your first wife. Read on. Got some part, a warrior reading the wrong chapter. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, brother.
Sir. Verse 2.
And you know what? Next time, put them chairs here. Put them chairs here. Don't spread that out. Put them chairs, you know what I mean? Put the sister chairs right here. Put the brother chairs right here. A separation in the middle. It's too much of a gap.
Come.
You know what I mean? He's reading over here. He should be right here. All right?
Come.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife.
Right. Like Paul was such a bad brother. He know brothers is going to want a wife. So he's saying, let a brother have his wife. You know what I mean? So that he won't commit fornication because we know what we're going to do, right? You're going to get married. You're going to get a wife. Right or wrong? Can you imagine you being a eunuch, Karaya Lakum? You ain't with that, right? You ain't with, go ahead, answer, brother. This is communication between brothers, right? You're going to get a wife. You want a family, right? Yeah. You want a family, right? Hey, don't get shy on this. We brothers. We building a nation. Other brothers and sisters are going to be watching us. They're going to see this.
Right.
You got something to say. You got a question to be answered. Come on, don't even. When I was coming up, I didn't care nothing about what y'all thought. When I sat there, I started asking, I got another question. I got another question. I got another question. I needed everything that I was doubting in my mind that I didn't know. I needed it answered, and I knew Commander General Yohana and the ISUBK, the men above me, they had the answers. I wasn't sitting here wasting my time just letting them dictate. I got a question. I got a question on what you just said. Yeah, go ahead, brother. You understand that? That's what the class is about. We used to take notes and all that. We used to be, listen, we'd be like this. Hey, what did you say? All right. We took it. That's where I'm trying to get y'all back. To be really like getting into it. Because when you get out there, you're going to smoke everybody. That's the point. You're going to kill every lie that come up. Like, don't you want that type of power of the Lord? to smoke every lie that come up. And you're going to be able to fix brothers that ain't even in here while you on the job. And you're going to say, yo, nah, not like that. Yo, sis, not like that. You should do this. You should do that. You building the nation. You ain't got to run around and say, yo, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. They going to come after talking to you. They going to say, yo, what are you? That's what they going to say. Happened to me many a times. Many a times. Yo, what are you? One brother I was working out in Virginia. And I'm up in Virginia, and I'm he looking out the window, I'm working, and he started lusting over a woman. So he not, say, damn, she, and I call that lusting a little bit. And he was like, damn, and I come to the window, I said, man, that's a white girl, man. I ain't with that, you know what I mean? And he listened to me, he turned, when I walked away and continued to work, that's when he started questioning me. There's different ways to fish. Right. There's always it's like when you was out there hustling. Now you ain't hustling, but you working for the Most High. Our hustling is called fishing. That's all it is that the skills that you had to hustle a product on the street or whatever you was doing, whether it was boosting, whether it was gambling, whatever. You now turn it into fishing. You use the same tactics. Fish. Brother be like, yo, what are you? And then you start dropping a little bit. I believe in Christ and God. Oh, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. You know what I mean? I don't eat no pork. I went to a break. We was on lunch break, and we all used to go to this little restaurant out in the VA, out Roslyn, right? And so my man from New York, right? He was like, yo, man, the steak and cheese is the bomb and blah, 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 this and that, right? I looked at the grill. I seen some bacon on it. I said, nah, man. He said, what? I said, man, got pork on the grill. I'm not eating that. I said, man, let me go with the turkey and cheese. My man, make sure you wipe the knife. You know what I'm saying? He said, but it's separated. They cooking my steak and cheese here, and it's on the other side of the grill. And I said, suppose it was a rat on the other side of the grill, would you still? You know what I mean? Like then that's when they started asking me. Now, did they come in? Nah, but it was some brothers that came to class. You know what I mean? They eventually fell off, but that I never stopped. That's the point. You never stop. There's a smooth way of doing things. You ain't got to throw yourself out there. The white man don't care what you worship. You can worship a black rock, circle it 7 times. You think he care about what you worship? All he worship is money. Worship your labor. That's what he worship, money, and get you to labor for him. So that this is like you got to use that. You got to switch it up. You got to. And let me say this: when you out there speaking, remember most people thought the way you thought. So how you gonna connect? You think a brother ain't going through it with his rib out there in the world? Hell yeah. It's worse than what we go through in the truth. You know we go through stuff in the truth with a rib, right or wrong. But y'all all got a perfect marriage. Every last one of y'all. I'm just asking. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Let's keep it 100, at least to the people, and keep it real for the Most High. Right or wrong. Right now, there's a brother listening, and he's saying, yeah, man, I'm going through it with this bitch. Excuse my language. You know what I mean? Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? We get like that when we're amongst ourselves. Oh my God. I called General Muhammad for counsel years ago. I said, I'm about to throw this bitch out the window. Get ready to choke her ass out. He said, not right now. You can save me a slice of water. He said, man, Katham, man. She messing with your brain. I said, yo, you know what? You right. You right. But you know what I did that was right? I called somebody that wasn't going through what I was going through. That's where you take it at. That's why people go seek a therapist. Because the therapist is not going with what you go through. The only difference is you paying for that. When you could call a brother above you and talk to him for free. A sister could call her camp leader. You know what I mean? Like things go where a woman can't talk to you because you pissed off with her. So who you think she gonna call? Would it be better for her to call a brother in the school or a cop? Some sisters call the cops at a drop of the dime. This is real talk. This is about waking brothers up. Go ahead.
Sir. And
counseling is free with officers. People in the world, I'm gonna let you go. People in the world don't get this counsel. If they get me, they get one counsel. After that, the next call is, yo, you paying tithes? Because if you paying tithes with Creflo, you need to be calling him. Like, it's different. I'm not no Christian. I don't know how y'all deal with people in the world or on the phone. I told one sister who had a daughter that called me twice. The second time I said, yo, you can go to the school up in, are you paying tithes? Well, you really don't love the Lord. You really ain't gonna follow my counsel anyway. I talk to a sister a lot. Most times, brothers and sisters, you counsel them, and then they end up calling you back because they ain't even listen to your counsel. I found out what really works, right? Especially in the marriage, especially with brotherhood, is that it's easy to follow a counsel because it's not yours. You got to step away from yourself, your own thinking. You got to step away from it. Am I being heard on here? All this new technology goes to show you how long it's been for me, right? You know what I'm saying? But that's really how we got to operate in the ISUBK better than the people in the world. Like every time you going through something, just go ahead and give a call to somebody. At least hear the counsel. Oh, go ahead, brother.
Sir, this weekend I was watching online, and the sister was breaking down. The sister in the world, she was saying how she had to cut off all her friends because she says she sat down and for years she realized she could never keep a man because she was taking counsel from them.
Right. And that's what's going on with these talk show hosts, these podcasts. Like sisters be so stressed out, they'll listen to anybody but us. Come on with it. Right. Can you hear it? Yeah. Give him the mic because it's on everything.
A lot of times sisters always going on Facebook venting.
Posting
their troubles on Facebook to the world.
Mm-hmm.
So they can get an answer that they won't like.
Right. Yeah. That's really what they really want.
Okay.
They want an answer that they really like, that they listen for. Right. I watched the sister, and it's funny that you brought this up. I don't mean to divert long, but it's funny how a sister posted something, because I'm in a lot of different groups, just so I could see how black people honestly think and what's really popping now in their minds. You know what I mean? Anyway, the sister in a Hebrew Israelite group, right? And she was talking about, I was thinking about, she had a baby. She said, I was thinking about waiting till my baby got older to get it baptized. And you should see the answers. Like our baptism is Christ's baptism is with teaching. But all these other Hebrew Israelites that hate you, they telling her to do John baptism, which is with water. Let me tell you something. Years ago, General Yohanan told me, like the Hebrew Israelites, he told me this back in early 2000. And I had asked him when I first came in, and he said, it's a mess. These Hebrew Israelite break-offs and break-offs and break-offs and break-offs. He said, man, this is back then. It's a total mess. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, okay. It's good to hear that the identity is found. That as far as it goes with me. I ain't got no respect for that because at least you're supposed to say, well, who are these cats? If this cat came from this group and that cat came from this group, then who is this group? You know, that's what Cesario did. He said, who are them? Who? Y'all telling me about them, but let me check them out if everybody come out of them. Come on with it.
So I said, I remember when I was first coming to the school, I was watching everybody, right? So I used to tell my friends that there's this one group that I like, which is ISUPK.
Right.
So my friend in the world, who's a drug addict, he says to me, nah, not them. Those dudes, they're too rough. If you go there, you gotta be serious. Listen to GOCC. But what caught me, he said, if you go there, you gotta be serious. Like, I was like, what do you mean I gotta be serious? He's like, yeah, they're too strict. And he's smoking. I put it two and two in my head because I've been watching classes for a while. I said, this brother's weak.
Because you could do what you want in GOC,
right.
And it was GOC that told the sister not to listen to me.
Okay.
So GOCC, that's why I say everybody's a Christian. Everybody's a Christian. I stop brothers from, I might be wrong, but I see, because the way they do it. Hey, yo, sis, you should get in class. They'll tell sisters this. Get in class. Say, yo, man, it's full. I would remark to the brother, say, yo, with the lady with the sister name tag, yo, we full. You know what I mean? You really don't want them. You really, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna say we don't want them because it ain't my decision, right? But I want that sister that compare us and say, let me check them out. You know what I mean? I don't want to beg nobody to come up in here. That's the worst thing you can ever do. Beg somebody. Like when you at camp, you hand them a flyer. If they come in here, fine. Now, if you're trying to fish them, you're like, yo, this is what it is. You need to come and check us out. And you leaving it alone. Yeah, did I not do that with you? I ain't beg this man. I just told him, say, yo, man, you might as well check us out. You standing out here every week. He was out there every week. He was a camp junkie. Years later, after, me staying in D.C., I pop up. He in the Baltimore school.
Oh, sorry, Christ.
Ain't nobody begged him up in there. Right or wrong. I come by, rap to you what's going on. Here you go. Yo, I'm still out here doing wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't got the beggar, brother. You got the truth. That's what other Hebrew Israelites, they think they got. They call get baptized with water being in the truth. Now, how do we look at that? That's why, the internet is somewhat of, to me, it's better than Ghost and Power. Listen, I'm telling you. You see how conscious Negroes think? You see how white boys be having fake accounts, or and I'd say when Commander General Yohana said, I'm thinking the same thing. The FBI. You look on somebody's account and he got a fake account with a black man's picture, but he getting on sisters. He getting on brothers and saying, y'all ain't nothing, this and that. And so I go on his profile and he ain't got no photos. He ain't got no history. Like FBI, you need to get better at your goddamn job. You need to have, you know what I mean? You need to put more, what they call it, more info, more information on your profile. You know what I mean? Like, y'all really sorry. I can peep that. That ain't hard to peep. You know what I mean? Same thing with brothers on the online. They'll tell you this garbage that, like, somewhat of the big thing popping up is when you call somebody Uncle Tom, and they trying to act like it was some brother that was releasing the slaves, and it's supposed to be after the manner of a brother named Josiah Henson. Talking about Josiah Henson, he ain't free no slaves. He freed his family. But everybody's trying to stop you from calling another Uncle Tom or Uncle Tom. That's what's popping up. They trying to tell you, man, he ain't Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom was a slave dude that was freeing the slave. That's a lie. That's some white woman that created a novel and created a fictional character. Uncle Tom is a Uncle Tom. Black people took that phrase and we use it rightly. It's a Negro that'll sell you out. Don't let nobody gas you up. There's a lot of stuff that's going out here and that is pumping in the brains. So when you out there on the corner and you battling knowledge that's floating around on the internet. But you thinking that this brother actually really studied, and when you start questioning the brother, he don't know jack.
Right.
That's why I say, man, once you start studying, they don't know. Like I tell you, you can just go up there and blaze. You can go up there, you don't know, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? I told you, I know what your style is. You know what I mean? All that, so many lies out there. So many lies. We're in the last days, so it's going to be so many lies. I mean, let me get back to the topic. A lot of lies out here, man. A lot of lies. Let me get back to the topic, man.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 3. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence.
You know what that means? Go ahead, Cap.
Benevolence is the desire to do good to others. It encompasses acts of kindness, charitableness, and goodwill.
Right. That is your job. We know a woman can get on your nerves, but how you do good to a woman? By being kind. What do a woman normally want when she's angry? She wants some sex. She want to be held. I know. That's what she wants. She wants you to be kind. But sisters, there's another skill that you gotta have is to be like Leah. I say this all the time. Leah knew how to lure her husband. She had skills, especially with sisters that got a man that got multiple wives. And sisters know when you in that right spirit and you keep learning, you know what your man like. You know he hate you doing certain things. You don't do them. You make the man feel comfortable. You make him feel secure. He gonna feel secure in the truth, though. I'm gonna just tell you that now. He already done been built up, so he ain't tripping on the whole lot. Your job is, let me make him feel happy, so that he can make me feel happy, and that the household be happy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like the worst thing can happen is you beefing with your brother in the school, or you beefing with your woman. Never beef in front of your children. Never. Never do that. Let them be raised different from what we was raised.
Right.
Like I tell brothers, man, I used to, no sweat. Yo, I was raised up in the, I was born in 64, put it that way. So my moms and pops, crazy arguments. They argue so much, right? When no need of me crying, I started thinking who won the argument. I was past that. I was past the other stuff. I was like, ooh, he got her. Ooh, she right. She make a good point. That's bad when you argue that much in front of your children. Go ahead, brother. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Hey, you know what I mean? So a lot of it, man, is about, yo, you gotta love your wife, man. Wives, you gotta love your husband, man. You gotta respect that manhood about him. He the dude that's gonna die for you.
Right.
He the dude that's gonna die for your children. You know what I mean? Like damn. Brothers, you gotta respect the brother in camp. He the brother that's gonna die for you. You know what I mean? Like you gotta realize that it spills over to the entire ISUPK. Them brothers that I always mention, they got my back. And guess who else got my back? You brothers got my back. You know what I mean? Why are we tied? We are tied together because of Christ being in the truth. That's our connection. Our connection is being in the truth. Like it's the greatest thing ever in the world. You know what I mean? Like you don't find like a lot of times you be looking for a crew that got your back, right? On some wickedness, but really they ain't got your back. You get locked up, they ain't sending you no money. They ain't asking you what kind of lawyer you got, how much time he got. Once you get gone, it's like, yo, all right. Problems come up, financial problems. And nobody care. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what we really need. Yo, and that's why I'm going over the scriptures. A lot of brothers got to take into account that, yo, both of y'all, the Lord, you know what I mean? He gave a man and a woman in the truth a lot of mercy. Like a lot of us ain't even supposed to be here.
Right.
Like I tell a lot of rookies, and I call them rookies, the ones that are in them popcorn Israelite groups, when they start talking about the year 2000. If the year 2000 happened, I would be a dead nigga. Excuse my language, I'd be a dead man. If Christ came back, I was doing a whole lot of stuff in 2000, man. You know what I mean? Like, literally, I was doing a bunch of wickedness in 2000. I found the truth like in 2003. That's what I found. So I thank the Most High that he didn't, do the 2000 year thing. Brother, yeah, y'all prophesied to. Nigga, the Lord can have mercy. And he could repent what he did, just like in the time of Jonah. Remember when Jonah was supposed to go prophesy, and he told the Lord, I don't want you to do it because you might repent. Well, the same thing had happened in the year 2000, where the Lord said, it ain't enough. I'm going to give everybody a chance for them to hear it. Not everybody, And what's messed up is that I heard the truth in 85. I've been inside One West in 86. I went to the camps that was on 44th and Broadway. So I definitely was supposed to have been smoked by the Most High in 2000. Yeah, that's up in New York, 44th and Broadway. That's in Manhattan. You know what I mean? Oh, no, well, not your regularly dusty Broadway. I'm talking about glitters and lights. I ain't talking about where about 100 brothers and sisters are leaning over not. I'm joking, man. This is B-Ball. B-Ball is a rough city. Lord, it's a rough city. I don't even want to talk about when I first came up here. I said, damn, the whole city leaning to man. The police. You got ID? But it was a rough city, man. Let's continue. Yes.
Khan. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7, and verse 3. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence.
Right, it's your job. You got that power. It's on you. She pissed off. She tripping. What you gonna do? You gonna argue with her? You know what I mean? You're supposed to be like, I know she in her feelings. Because that's what women, they in their feelings. But you supposed to be the soldier. She ain't supposed to be the soldier. She's a woman. Now, I ain't telling you to give her a pass. Of course, when she out of order, you check her. Yo, baby, listen, stop it. We ain't doing this. Yo, we're not spending no money on this. Yo, I need you to make sure that this is going on. You know what I mean? Yo, what you on the phone for? You know what I mean? You can ask her that questions. What's in the bank account? Like some brothers ain't good with money. Some sisters are. Some brothers are good with money. Some sisters aren't. You know what I mean? It's your job to know this. Like you in charge. You ain't got to be in charge of everything if you horrible at it. Right or wrong? You ain't good at cooking, but maybe some of you brothers might be good at cooking. You the one that does the cooking. Ain't nothing wrong with it. She might be horrible at that, but she might be good at budgeting money. She might be good at raising the kids, making sure that the kids are being well dressed. Yeah, what was that noise? I'm getting like Q. What was that noise? Okay. All right. Okay, God. Most High Christ, huh? Oh, you got that security thing. That's what I'm talking about, man. All right. You understand what I'm saying? So, yo, you got to know your rib. You understand? You know she a gremlin? What do? You go get counsel. You don't try to fix it. You go get counsel first. It's easy. Remember, the person that you get counsel from, he ain't going through what you going through. He ain't got no ties to it, and he don't benefit from it. Only seeing that a brother and a sister, is getting their marriage fixed. I don't get nothing basically out of it. Like when you counsel somebody on your job, what do you really get out of it if you get paid to do it?
Just a check.
Just a check. You understand what I'm saying? With us, this is our job. And I'm following orders. And I want to do it. Yo, man, there's no joy than to counsel somebody and they take the counsel and it works. It works. You know what I mean? Because you should see some of the brothers and the sisters, when they see me at the Passover, it brings joy to me. Because they be like, hey, General Katham, such and such the water. Be like, yo, what you throw out of me for? Blah, 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 blah. Or a brother be like, yo, the water. Like, that's the benefit. That's the benefit, man. I'm a simple man. Literally, I'm a simple man. I'm the type of dude that'll stay broke as long as I got brotherhood. I don't want to stay broke all the time, but I'm just saying. I'm not tripping like every, some brother in the world. If we pulled in 50 dudes, yo, to me, it's like my bank account got fat. That means, yo, we out here working. Like brothers being tied up into a lot of stuff. But yo, listen, I'll be looking for the growth straight up. Like you got to think about it. If I'm looking for the growth, can you imagine Commander General Yohana that been here over 40 years, what he looking for?
Come.
Like, yo, we got to think like that. And if Commander General Yohana, what about Christ? What about the Most High? Like, go ahead. My mic?
Yeah, I'm just going.
Come on up. You know what I mean? Like that's where we got to take it. I'm gonna lean over anyway. I'm not used to, you know what I mean? I'm used to grabbing the mic and being on the podium. You know what I'm saying? But the water though, appreciate that. You know what I mean? But that's really what the truth is about. It's about us growing. You know what I mean? It's about dropping that knowledge, because you got some whack ass dudes out here like GOCC. This dude was in the truth early on, got the knowledge, and the nigga got soft. Everybody that drops their sword is soft. I mean, I don't really care nothing about it. Nah, for real. Like you gonna come in here and put all these years in, and then you're gonna quit the ISUPK. He should have just got up under Commander General Yohana. You know what I mean? But they be wanting power. And when they get that power, what do? They destroy brothers and sisters. Right. Now some GOCC punk ass nigga is talking about telling a sister that's new to the truth, come join us. She go join them, baptize their child, And then all of a sudden she get married to some sucker. Now, she's still in the world. But in her mind, she thinks she's in the truth. Because she's trying to dress like an Israelite. They telling her she's an Israelite. But she's doing everything like a goddamn Christian. Getting baptized with water. What the hell do a baby know about getting taught anyway? Like, water means nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that is the dumbest. Like, you be, when you go on, when you in there, you find out a lot of them are junkies. It's number one. Learn this shit. Excuse my language. Learn this. A lot of them are junkies. A lot of them. A lot of them is trying to get with women and throw them away. Those sisters leave, and then they talk bad about the Hebrew Israelites. Like the sister that talked about, what's that dude name? Genesis?
Deacon.
What's his name?
Deacon Hakas, sir.
That nigga wasn't in the truth.
Right.
I had to tell a sister years ago, I said, well, that nigga ain't in the truth. He talking about he in the truth. I said, far as ISBK, ain't nobody in the truth if they left the truth. Like it becomes a break off after break off back a break off. And then they call us to fix their marriages. And I could, listen, man, I had one brother that's in the school now. He was with another group and he used to call me. He in the ISBK now in DC. He in that group. He used to call me. He was like, yo, man, they don't do this, they don't do that. They don't, I never told him to come to class. I never said, well, you should come to, I never told him that. I said, he got to find it on his own. Now, when you out at camp, give them the information. They've been standing out there. They've been listening to you. Give them the information so that they can fix their lives. They can come in here and learn this truth. I'm not telling you don't go out and say, we here. Yeah, you do that. But if somebody went and choose somebody else, that's on them. Because the same videos popping up is the same as our videos will pop up on them. And then they choose to get with some brothers. Because like you said, it's hard to get in here. Like you became an officer, right?
Con, sir.
We ain't just give you that because we thought you was a nice guy. Right or wrong?
Con, sir.
Believe it or not, they talked about letting you become an officer. Even giving you your Hebrew name. Nah, he ain't ready. Huh? Let me give him, Sabari be like, let me give him a little bit more time. Let me see if he gonna leave. That's really, it ain't easy to get in here. It's not easy to get in here. It's not easy for sisters to get in here. You know what I mean? Like sisters be going off. I'd be like, she a gremlin. I can see it. She a gremlin. She got a lot of shedding off to do, and we want to see that before we give her name. A name means you got to start to change. You can't be a gremlin to your husband. You can't be a gremlin to sisters. You know what I mean? Especially to your husband. Half the time when you see a sister come in here, nothing wrong with it, but they'll go and marry a dude out in the world. You too goddamn hard. Right. I'm serious. You thinking you be here, you be thinking you be kind to brothers. Not the people in the world. Because you're going to require something from them, which the world doesn't require anything. The Christian church don't require anything but money.
Right.
What do Christians say? All you got to do is confess the name Jesus Christ. You understand
right.
what I'm getting at? That's their thing. You able to do that? Come on, man. And they call it fellowship. Becoming a member. And here it's hard. And I like it being hard. It's supposed to be hard. Because we really want men that's going to stand for the truth. I'd rather have 5 hardcore brothers than 20 weak brothers. Straight up. I don't like putting my energy into a dude that seemed like he going to leave. If I'm talking to you, it's because I think you ain't going to leave. I'm just telling you. If I think you're going to leave or get put out, drop the sword, whatever. And if I find out you ain't even doing what you're supposed to do, which is paying tithes and building fund, you know what I mean? You gonna leave. So I'm gonna help fix your marriage. I'm not the one, I'm not the one having sex with her. You are. That's your job. Your job is to deal with your wife. You held accountable. You got to deal with your wife according to this. When brothers start dealing with their wife according to this, you know how she is. You got to figure out and say, yo, man, this is what's going on. Then you think this does make her happy. Let me see if this makes her happy. Sometimes it may not. You got to try different things. Same thing with a sister. Guess what? She got to figure out what makes you happy, what makes you comfortable. For some brothers, peace makes them happy. That's if women can get that, a brother will stay in the house. All I need is for her to be upstairs. Peace. Dead serious. If sisters can understand that. I'm gonna let you run your mouth, but when I'm done, I'm done. I hear you. Go ahead.
Got a question, sir?
Come on.
This is from Sister Kasawana Salaki General. If I may, what if a brother or sister have a name but still do worldly things?
They don't deserve that name. You know what I mean? They got to earn that name. And once you give it a name, you got to become who that is. You know what I mean? That's like you're no longer supposed to be that person that you once was. In the UPK, you given a name, it's actually men who think about your spirit, think who you are, what you do, who you are. Same thing with a sister. How this sister is, what does a sister does? That name, it means a lot. Your name is your reputation. You got to build your reputation according to that name. My name means Golden Conqueror. My entire time when I got that name, and this is what General Muhammad said to me, and he told me, and it was right. He said, you ain't conquered the damn thing yet. He said, but that is what you're supposed to do. Out there in them streets in camp, I made sure I was going to be Katham. I lived that. Huh? Golden Conqueror or Golden Warrior. A lot of Gabar means conqueror or warrior. You a warrior, I'm a conqueror. Now I'm just switch. You know what I mean? But that's really what it is. That's really who you're supposed to be. That's who brothers above you, they see that in you, and they see that you could become that. So when a sister get a name, she should try to become that. And never try to be the person that she was. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna keep it 100. I was an idiot, in the world. I mean, you know what I mean? Doing dumb, you know what I mean? Sisters, you was probably a goddamn gremlin in the world. You got to become who you are now. That's what Paul did. That's what Peter did. Literally, that's what they did. They filled in them shoes that was, required according to the name they got. That's the whole purpose, man. You becoming brand new. Like the old you in the beginning is going to tug on you. It tugged on me so much that I got counsel. And the counsel was, I was trying to be totally different. And Johnny Hunter was like, explain to me. There's certain skills that you have. You got to be able to use that in the truth. Whatever skills you had, you got to be able to use that in the truth. You know what I mean? Like, that's the change. I can't no longer be this cat. You know what I mean? So, where we at? Any more questions or? Okay.
Go ahead. We do have a question on the topic, but it's in verse 13. So when we get there,
okay.
Basically a breakdown of verse 13 through 17, sir.
Okay, come
on. I'm gonna take from the top, General.
Nah, go ahead and remind them where we was at.
Come on, sir. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7, and verse 3. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband.
Do it. That's what the Lord is saying. She's doing. Okay. Oh. No sweat. Right. She's do that. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Because it's going to make her happy. You know what I mean? Like, be kind to a woman. Surprise her with something, man. Yeah, I know she's going to get on your nerve, but then there's some things that she's going to do that's right. Yo, reward the sister. Say, baby, yo, that was good of you. Right. That was right what you did. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Verse 4, the wife hath not power of her own body, but the husband.
Right. I know a lot of you brothers probably saying, man, I got power over this body, but that ain't what it's talking about. It ain't talking about dominance over a woman's body. Go ahead.
And likewise, also the husband hath not power of his own body, but the wife.
Let me break this down. It's two ways you should look at this. The first one, read on.
Verse 5. Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time.
What does that mean? What? Yeah, go ahead.
Salaki, so you can't abuse your spouse.
Read it again.
Verse 5.
Nothing wrong with being wrong, because you're going to get it right.
Defraud ye not one the other.
Don't defraud one another. Defraud somebody is to stop them. Go ahead.
Except it be with consent for a time.
Except it be consent. What does that mean?
That the other party agrees.
Right. Meaning, let's say you thinking about going out of town and you going on a mission. You tell her, I'm gonna be gone for a while. So we ain't gonna be able to get it on. She'd be like, okay, baby, I understand. Something sort of that. Y'all have an agreement not to have sex. You letting her know, yo, this is what's going on. I don't like, let's say, for instance, you make an agreement that you're not having sex before the day of camp. You're not defrauding her of her pleasure of having sex with you. That's one way. Go ahead, you have a question?
I have a question on the topic, sir. Can one side say, well, I need a mental, is a term they used to say, I need a mental health break. So I need to be away from you without the other side agreeing.
Let me finish this because I'm going to get into that.
Come
on. I'll tell you my experience. Y'all know my experience is always wild, right? The other one is with the body part, the body part of the scripture, is that you should not go and talk about getting a second wife with a whore. Because you might bring something back to that sister. Right. That be like, if you're gonna get a sister, get her into school. Try to get her into school. Another rib. Half the time, it'll be a woman in the school that may want you. That's the safest bet. That way, a camp leader know her. Like, you get a woman in the world, don't nobody know her but Facebook.
Right.
You got to go on Facebook to see if, this is a whore. You know what I mean? So your woman say, I don't think you should get with her. She a whore. Listen to your rib. Abraham listened to Sarah. These are scriptures. Right or wrong? She said, throw him out. And the Lord told Abraham, she right. Guess what? Guess what our counsel will be? We'll tell you, she's right. You be like, damn, nah, brother. This is a whore. So what should you do? If you really want a woman like that, what should you do? You know he gonna have sex with her. So what's the best counsel you can get him to do? If you figure this brother's still not gonna listen to you, and you try, you give him the best counsel you can. What would be the best counsel? Think. Take a guess. It ain't a wrong or right. You're gonna have young brothers come in here. You're gonna have to tell them something. Like imagine. Okay, you got a young brother. He got a sister in the truth, right? He want a second wife, but somehow he meet her from out the world, whether it be on Facebook, at a club, or on the street, supermarket, whatever. And he thinking about marrying this sister, right? And he called you. And he said, I met this sister, I'm feeling her. She seems cool. But I looked on her Facebook page. And man, she damn near half naked, twerking. Now he young, in the truth. You know, likely he going what? Say it loud. Yeah. What do you prevent him? How do you prevent him from marrying her on his own time? I damn near gave it to you. Just think about it. Oh, yeah.
With me, it happened before. I had a couple of conversations with brothers about marrying women in the world. You know what I'm saying? And I always say, it's best, like you just said, it's best to wait for a woman in the school, but it's kind of hard because they always taking.
Say that again, because it's always hard.
It's kind of hard because they always take it. So you be waiting forever. That's what it seems like. But at least I always say, at least let them
tell her, yo, you gonna wait forever.
No, I ain't say that. But that's what the conversation say. Like that's what the person said to me.
That's what your heart.
So, like, and that's what I felt.
That's
too.
what they told you.
I myself, I was waiting for one too. Like I mean, I having one more dance. So yeah, it just that's how it is. But
y'all think forever is never.
Yeah, it seems like it, man. So
6 months is forever.
No, it ain't that.
I know.
You ain't even gonna get to the 6 month part because everybody like. I mean, they just try. I mean, everybody thinking the same way.
Right.
Hard to find that godly woman. You know what I'm saying? So in the world, I mean, I always try to give a brother advice, man. At least have a woman that have an ear for the truth. And see if she want to come into the school. You know what I mean? And so apply that 6 month rule, 6 months to a year rule on a sister.
But tell me, what should you said it, but you said it with a whole bunch of words. You answered it.
Go for a woman in the truth.
Go ahead, let me give him a chance. You said it, but you ain't say it directly. It's a brother that want to marry a sister, right? She in the world. You got photos of her all over Instagram and Facebook. She wearing some shorts, twerking, right? But let me finish. He shut the door of heaven on her. Now, go ahead, brother.
Flock, yes, sir. Bring her in so she can do the 6 months and shut herself for the world.
That's right. You go ahead. Okay.
George Sanders 7114 says he should court her.
That's true. All these are true. You said it, but basically, this is the real deal. We know that she might be a super hoe, right? Yeah, I mean, they out there. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You got super hoes out here, especially she twerking and all that, right? Personally, at my age, if I was younger, right, and I was in the truth as an officer, and I'm putting in work, I would tell her to come in, right? And give her more than goddamn 6 months. Because once I married her, I'm married for life. And not only is the school gonna hold you accountable, but Christ and God is going to hold you accountable for it. Like marriage ain't such, it ain't that loose like we think. There's nothing wrong with having multiple wives. Beautiful thing. Love it. I probably would have been crazy when I was young. You know what I mean? I pop up, yo, Katham got another wife. Next 2 months, Katham got another wife. All whores. You know what I mean? Because I was younger. When I was younger, I was wild. That's probably why it took me a minute to come in. I believe that the Lord had a set time for me to come in. I was introduced to the truth in 86. I come in 2003. Think about it. The whole time I was introduced to the truth. I wasn't no officer. I wasn't no trooper. I was a dude that floated around, brought the cassette tapes. I know Katham don't know what a cassette tape is, but Katham, this was like 40 years ago when we had cassette tapes. I'm gonna bring one in from the museum. But you know what I mean? But it took me into my late 30s to really, like, the Lord, I figured the Lord knew I was ready. Of course I was broken. And when I mean broken, you know what I mean? Tried everything and all that, but I knew the truth. I knew the white man was the Edomites, but I didn't understand the truth until I came in under Commander General Yohana when he came to DC. So the real deal is, I've seen brothers in the entire school of ISUPK where they meet a sister and they court it over a year. That's patience. It doesn't guarantee she won't be a gremlin, but it guarantees that he really understands and he's willing to put up, because you're going to show yourself, right or wrong.
Come.
You're going to show yourself given enough time. Like a lot of brothers and sisters, some, they really don't understand, like how you said, it should seem like forever that they say. To them, 6 months, because they really trying to, fulfill a lust. You know what I mean? They ain't thinking about the headaches that I can get this thing squared away before before we really take this step into marriage. You know what I mean? A lot of brothers do take it serious. I know brothers that take it really serious. I know brothers that waited, that they say they're going to learn the truth first. They're going to dig deep and get rooted into the truth. There's sisters that get deep rooted into the truth. Their judgment becomes better. That's what happens. They eventually figure out, this might be what I want. You know what I mean? Like I tell, brothers and sisters, man, you got to be careful. You know what I mean? It's for life. A woman can be a headache. A woman can drive you, real crazy and make you like, that's why, like, what brothers need to understand, sisters need to understand. Solomon wasn't joking about, you know what I mean? A woman, was more bitter than death is a woman. When you in love with a woman and she does some off-the-wall nonsense, can you imagine if she sleep with another man? Like, how do you feel? If your woman sleeps with another man, actually have sex with another man, you be pissed off. That's why Christ said, yo, you let her loose, let her go. Now I'm going to give you something else. Israel slept with another man by worshiping other gods. How you think God felt about us?
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't none of you brothers online take back a woman that sleeps, that have sex or with another man on you. You know what I mean? She's done for. The sister will never really respect you. What for? You know what I mean? Go ahead.
A question for Sister Salaki General. If I may, what should a wife do in case if her husband was taught he didn't have to tell her about his dealings with other women and he exercises that?
According to UPK, he should tell you. I mean, personally, I ain't got no problem with telling another woman. I would discuss that matter because it's a household matter. Like, a lot of brothers be like, I ain't got to tell you all that. He might not be telling you because you're going to go off. You might not be the type of woman that accepts a man having multiple wives. He might figure you're going to go off and you might be a headache to him. But he's going to do it again. He's going to do it anyway. So you should have that conversation with him. You should accept. If you're in the UPK, you're supposed to accept that. You know what I mean? You're supposed to say, yo, listen, I know you're going to get another wife. No problem. Hopefully she in the school. Right? You know what I mean? It's like with anything, you hoping that if you get another one, it'd be just as good as the one you got. You know what I mean? And I hate to equate it to a car. But if you get a second car, you want that second car as good as the first car. Right or wrong?
Right.
I hate to equate it to that, but that's the best thing I can tell you. Like, that's what I would, if I was the sister, and if he's not telling you, you should go to him. Say, man, it's okay. You ain't got the hot. You're supposed to go to him like, yo, listen, it doesn't matter. I understand. Like, what you gonna do? Get mad because he ain't tell you? Nah, go to him and you tell him. Say it's cool. Get another wife, man. Make sure she all right. Make sure she in the UPK. Make sure she don't disrupt our household. Like sisters be like, you don't tell me and cut your attitude. Don't be like that. Be different. Surprise him and say, yo, listen, I understand. We're in the UPK. It's our culture within the Israelite law. Like, that's where you understand it's supposed to go. And he gonna thank you for it, and he gonna say, yo, she down. She got my back. Like, a lot of times, sisters and brothers don't want that. They want what they want. Yo, get out of that. If you know he getting another wife, go tell him. Say, yo, listen, I know you're getting a wife. It's cool. It's cool. You know the rules to follow. I don't even have to tell you. Go ahead.
If I could, sir, would it be wrong to say that a sister should also set a bar so high that her husband would have to choose something of that caliber? So, for example, you could set the bar so low that anything could be equal to you, but you could be set the bar so high that a brother might say,
what's the bar that's low?
Come on.
A woman in the world.
Right.
And the wisest thing is, before you marry her, you need to bring her to school. She may hate the truth. There's times where a brother can get so messed up, and this is a lot of times brothers be calling me. Yeah, go ahead. A lot of brothers be calling me, and they deal with a sister that she may even come to an event, but she ain't part of us. You understand what I'm saying? Like, in here, and if a sister sitting in these chairs, she's supposed to know that likely you're going to get another wife. That can happen. You know what I mean? That can happen. Now, do a brother always get multiple wives? Not every brother. You know what I mean? Not every brother. Some brothers is just fine with it, and they like, yo, I'm not going to get it right now. Some brothers might get another wife 10 years down the line. You know what I mean? I try to tell brothers, never throw that up in a woman's face when you're married. If you're gonna tell a woman, your wife, that you're gonna get another rib, it's when you either decide to get another rib, not while y'all beefing. Like, that's some old tit for tat nonsense, man. You're an officer. Yeah, one more. You know what I mean? But that's real. There's nothing wrong with it. Get it, but like, man, I'm gonna get another wife. You know how many times brothers like it ain't y'all in Baltimore. It's in other places where brothers say that. I'm gonna get another rib. I'm gonna get another rib. And a woman in school, a sister in the school, supposed to say, I know you can get another rib. I ain't against that. I'm against you doing this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? Like, that's the problem. It ain't against you getting another rib. We having this problem because you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing here. Or you making me angry with doing this. Like, you supposed to be right or wrong. You supposed to be just straight up. A sister's supposed to be straight up if she in the truth. Then that way he'll know how to deal with it. Same thing with a brother. Brother usually try to be straight up with a sister and she flies. But sister, flip it. Be straight up. Say, yeah, get a rib. Maybe we can have two incomes coming into the house. You know what I mean? Or maybe, that's cool. I need a damn break from you. You know what I mean? Sometimes a sister need to get away from you for a couple of days. Right or wrong? Like you think you're the only one that deserve a little bit of peace? I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. Sometimes a sister just want to be in the house, relaxing with the kids, and don't want you known there, and just need some peace. There's nothing wrong with that. I say peace is the best thing. A peaceful home within a family is even better. You know what I mean? I'm just like, sisters don't have to, you know what I mean? That'd be the hardest. That's like one of the hardest fights for some sisters to accept, that you can have another husband. Like really forgive me, man. To have a man to have another wife. Forgive me, y'all. I got Warrior pouring these drinks. This is Baltimore. Nah, let me stop. You know what I mean? But that's, you know what I mean? Where we at? I haven't even got past my main scriptures.
So we're on 1 Corinthians 7:5, sir.
I was trying to do the whole chapter. It's cool that y'all asking questions. Go ahead, brother.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 5. Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not.
Right. You want to talk to your wife and say, yo, listen, we're going to hold off for a minute. I need to do this, or we're going to hold off and get this counseling, whatever. You pissed off, we're going to hold off for this. Let's get this counseling, get back together. Let's try to work these things out. Boom. But don't be like, yo, you know what I mean? You gone 6 months. And guess who going to call me? Guess who going to call me? Or they going to call General Muhammad. They definitely going to call General Muhammad. I don't know how they find his number, but they going to find, y'all think I'm joking. All right. Break a 6-month-year rule and let her get mad at you. I'm telling all you brothers that think you can hide, hide that. You ain't going to be able to hide that. The minute she get mad at you, she going to call. Half the time, it'd be the sister that be saying, why don't you tell him? And brothers look so weak when they don't. That they look real weak. And we always find out. I'm telling you. I guarantee you this. Brothers be trying to hide it. And it haven't been in a good minute. You know what I mean? We haven't had that happen, but in the past, it'd be the sister that'll tell on you. Soon as you do something that a sister don't like, she gonna call General Muhammad. Yeah, we had, or tell her camp leader. Yeah, we had sex. It's always like that. That's why it's easy to follow the rules of the school. You ain't gonna have that problem. I learned early and on, if I follow counsel that they give me, it'll probably work out. You know what I mean? I did. I remember the first time I told at the time I was messing with this rib, right? And I told her I was gonna move in with her. I gave her a date, April 1st. April 1st. April 1st rolls around, right? I don't move in. So I think General Muhammad said, yo, what's up with that rib? You know, we had camp, but they go around, him and General Yohana and General Mayat, they be asking what's going on. I said, General, she pissed off with me, right? I told her I was going to move in at April 1st. He said, oh, Katham. He said, why you tell her that? He said, women are about dates. The woman will hold a man according to a date. If you say April 1st, she expects you there April 1st. So that was lessons that I learned coming into truth. You know, we on Negro time. You know what I mean? So go ahead, read on. So never, you know what I mean? Like, know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And come together again, that Satan tempt you not.
So she won't be Satan. So she wouldn't be tempted by Satan. You know what I mean? Because she got needs and sexual wants. You know what I mean? You want to make it easier for the sister. You want to make her feel comfortable that I'm coming back. Yo, we going to get busy. You know what I mean? We only doing this for a period of time. Go ahead, read on.
For your incontinency. Verse 6. But I speak this by permission and not of of commandment. Verse 7.
Right. He's saying I'm speaking this not by commandment. This ain't his commandment. Go ahead, read on.
Verse 7. For I would that all men were even as I myself, but every man hath his proper gift of God.
Right. Yeah. What does that mean? It's on marriage. It's on having a wife. Go ahead.
Come on, sir. Everybody have their pros and cons in a marriage.
Read it one more time.
For I would have that all men were even as I myself. But
Paul. What was Paul? I know he was an apostle. I know he was an Israelite. Was he married? Do you know?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, lie. He wasn't married.
Then read it again. Think of that.
Right. Verse 7. For I would that all men were even as I myself, but every man have his proper gift of God.
Right.
One after this manner, and another after that.
One man, he may go without marrying
right.
for a time being. Another man, he like to have a wife.
Right.
Another man, he can have multiple women, multiple wives. Multiple wives. You know what I mean? After their manner. You know what I mean? Some brothers can operate real good with having 4 wives, 6 wives. You know what I mean? One man, he know that he can operate with 1 wife. Some men know I need to take a break. You know what I mean?
Right.
And just regroup. Go ahead.
Verse 8. I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I.
Right. Which is what Paul was. What? He was unmarried. Go ahead.
Verse 9. But if they cannot contain, let them marry.
Right. But if you can't contain this sort of skill set of not being married, you know, being single, yo, go ahead, man. So you won't break the law. If you can't contain, get married. You know what I mean? Get a wife. A lot of brothers come in here single and then they get a wife.
Right.
Go ahead.
But if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn.
Right. You know that. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And unto the married I command, ye not I, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband.
Right. Let the wife not depart. You know what I mean? Paul's like, yo, don't let her depart. Because then she gonna have sex with another man. Then she commits adultery. Because no matter what, she's still married to that first man. Read.
Verse 11. And if she depart, let her remain unmarried.
Right. If she depart, why is he saying let her remain unmarried? To prevent from what? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. In today's world, when people separate for a time, they go and they date, they get other folks, and then later on they might try to come back together.
Yeah, they said she become a whore. I'll get it later. I'm straight. Go ahead. Read on.
Verse 11. But and if she depart, let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband.
Right. Let her be reconciled to her husband. That's the sister. Y'all go through something. Y'all come back together. Sometimes that happens in a relationship. That you're going to go through something and y'all be pissed off. Through counseling, y'all going to come back together. Go ahead.
If I could, sir, would a precept for this be that you make her a subject for adultery?
Say that.
The scripture that says you make her a subject,
but I can't hear you.
Slack, sir. The scripture, would a precept for this be the scripture where it says you make her a subject for adultery?
Yeah, but yeah. So that's why he said let it be reconciled, so she won't be caught in adultery, and that's just preventing, sin, and that's one of the biggest things in the black community. You know what I mean? That's the easiest. Y'all know, y'all been in the world before. Go ahead.
But and if she depart, let her remain unmarried, or be reconciled to her husband, and let not the husband put away his wife.
Right. Don't put her away if she haven't committed adultery. Let her be reconciled to him. You went through some problems, and that's what we do in here. Sometimes we separate the two. Like, yo, y'all need to be separated for a minute. You know what I mean? And then we'll y'all slowly start getting counseling. Y'all work get back together, and then it just makes it even better and stronger in most cases. Go ahead.
Verse 12. But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother have a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away.
Basically, what is it saying? Anybody. What is it saying? Go ahead, brother.
Salaki, sir, if she is not in the truth and you are, but y'all can dwell together.
Right. So let me skip that. Let me go to give me no, give me 15 real quick. Let me see.
Doctor?
Verse 16.
Sir?
Yeah.
You actually had a question from verses 13 through 17, sir.
Oh, 13? Okay, go ahead. What was the question?
Just a general breakdown, sir.
Oh, okay, go ahead. So where we at, 13?
Khan, sir.
Start at 13.
Khan. Book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7 and verse 13. And the woman which hath an husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. Verse 14. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife.
Meaning this, let me go back to 13. Meaning if you got a husband, there's a few sisters in here that have husbands that don't believe in the truth. For whatever reason, he ain't down with it. You know what I mean? But she been with this brother for a long time. She don't want to commit adultery on this brother, which is righteous in the eyes of the Most High. All right. There's rules to follow. He can't stop her from serving the Lord. It's number one. Number two, that sister should not allow him to make her sin. You know what I mean? Like, really stand on it. Ain't no pork in the house, or let's say for instance, she doesn't totally run what goes into the refrigerator. I don't cook. I don't celebrate Christmas. I'm not stopping you, but I don't cook it. You know what I mean? Like she stand on the Lord. Say, if that's what you want to do, you go ahead and do it. But I'm gonna stand with the Most High. That's how a sister's supposed to stay strong, whereas a man cannot make her sin or break the law. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Verse 14, for the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband.
Right. He's cleansed when the day that Christ come back, he'll be saved. All right. He's cleansed. He's clean because of her. A woman that doesn't believe in the truth, she pleases you, do everything you ask her, she is cleansed on the day when Christ come back. Go ahead.
So the part where it says if he's willing to dwell with her, is that why he's gonna be cleansed? Because of how he dealt with her?
Right. Because he pleases. The individual pleases the one that's in the truth.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Now, is he continuing to sin? Hell no. If he out there selling drugs, hell no. The Lord gonna destroy him. You understand what I'm saying? Like you ain't gonna be saved because you selling drugs. But if you an average cat and you know what I mean, not eating no pork, you listen to your, but you ain't gonna come into class. You're not coming to class. Go ahead.
That's how they please.
Right. That they allowing them to do what the Lord wants. They're not going to interrupt the household and bring in pork. Now, if he's bringing in the pork, she don't have to cook it. By right, she's supposed to not cook it. Eventually, she'll win because it is of the Lord. Or what'll happen? He'll leave and she still win. You see, if she stand with the Lord, she's in a win-win situation, no matter what. There's brothers that have ribs. I had a rib that was into that nonsense about diva and what was that? Mother Earth bull crap.
Goddess.
Yeah. I ain't gonna go into what I was going at her with. You know what I mean? But she ain't talked that nonsense to me. And slowly but surely, I kept doing what I was doing. A lot of times she started coming to me asking me questions. Yo, so what about this? What about that? That's what usually happens. When they realize that you don't fold, they accept it. Just like family members. My family members know you know what I mean? Like they knew I'm not folding off of this. So they don't come at me with nothing, but they'll ask me questions. That's what usually happens, where a spouse will say, well, what about this? What about that? Sometimes it'll draw that person in, or it'll make them obey the law. You know what I mean? Like there's tons of brothers that had ribs that wasn't, really about it, but eventually over a long period of time, long suffering, they came in. They come to the Passover with their husbands. You know what I mean? Like they start to obey. They start, you know what I mean? Like if you stay strong, it's for some brothers, it took a long time. You know what I mean? Just like it took a long time for you to come in here through the mercy of the Most High.
Right.
Like sometimes you gotta remember that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if she ain't trying to cook you no bacon or no pork, all right, she can dwell with me. My rib didn't even throw that on me. She wasn't too much into it, but she was on some vegetarian garbage. I'm gonna eat some meat. Oh, I'm not cooking that. I got her to start cooking. She wanted to please me. You know what I mean? So you just got to be long suffering with your woman. And I ain't talking about being a sucker. You know what I mean? But you got to understand and weigh it out. You know what I mean? You got to weigh it out. Say enough is enough. Yo, stop it. You know what I mean? Like you put your foot down. Yeah. Go ahead. You know.
Verse 14, but the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband.
Right. Vice versa. Go ahead.
Else were your children unclean.
But that don't mean that you go out and allow him to sin. You know, like I've seen brothers let their ribs celebrate Christmas in the house. You know what I mean? When I had a rib, she wanted to give gifts to her niece. I said, do what you want. I don't care. Don't ask me for a quarter. You know what I mean? I'm not partaking that in no way, no fashion, no form. There's some brothers that don't even partake. Their ribs do. This is when I was coming up. It's hard for people to grasp the truth for some people. You know what I mean? Like some people, they've been taught Christianity. They with this man coming to truth. They don't want to change. You know what I mean? Like they looking at it as a cult. They looking at it as that ain't how I was raised. But the brother in the truth normally stays with this woman. A sister in the truth know that she got to stay with this man. And eventually, you know what I mean, they either, become content and dwell together, or one of them starts to, usually the one that doesn't believe, he start to accept it. She start to accept it. And slowly, it starts to work itself out. Now, does he come in? Sometimes. I've seen a brother bring in his wife and he leave. I've seen that happen. You understand what I'm saying? Like he comes searching for the truth. He get around y'all and say, go ahead, sis. Yeah, I still ain't gonna hear it though, unless it's a speaker on that. Salakis.
In verse 14, when you said, else were your children unclean, but now they are holy, when it said, else were your children unclean, does that mean that the children at first weren't covered? They were not separate?
It's like this. Let's say I got a wife, right? And she want to celebrate Christmas. Why does she want to celebrate Christmas?
Because that's something she's been believing in. It's a Christian thing. It's a worldly thing to do.
I'm going to hit you with something. People use children to celebrate Christmas. They feel sorry for the children. It pleases them. And they always say, well, that's kind of wrong for the children not to be raised up in Christianity. Now read the scripture again.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 14. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy.
Meaning this, because let's say, for instance, you was in the world, or your husband was in the world. Your children are going to be clean because of you. Or if the husband is in the truth, your children is not being charged with being unclean because you pleases the man that you're with. You see that? The person in the truth is the most important person in your household. Now you think about this. Imagine you and your husband in the truth. Your children gets cleansed. Your children get raised up right. Your children now start consoling themselves. That is life. That's why I'm going over this, because a man and a woman, you are the most important thing in the nation. Sisters do a lot of work in the truth. And I'm trying to let sisters do more, because there's some sisters that want to put their brick in. You know what I mean? So you keep coming to class. You keep listening to your husband. Keep talking to your husband. That's a soldier. I'm telling you, that is the soldier. You know what I mean? That's a soldier. And the water, sis.
I understand. The water.
It's good to see you here too, sis. Glad to finally meet you. And what's your name, sis?
Azarma.
Say that again.
Azarma.
Azarma. What does that mean?
Helpful mother.
Helpful what?
Helpful mother.
Say that one more time.
Helpful mother.
Health for my
mother.
Look at that. Better sit on that. Better take care of that, brother. You hear me? And take care of them sisters, sister. Take care of them babies. You got pretty babies, sis. And I ain't just being nice. They very pretty. And congratulations, Karala Khan. Look, Karala Khan, he old soldier. He ain't looking at old ex-thug and stuff. I better not see you in front of my building.
On that same topic, could it also be said that the children are sanctified or holy, like just like when the Passover, if one member of the family put that blood over that house, then everybody was saved.
Everybody was saved.
Okay.
That exactly. And that same blood represent what? Christ died for everybody.
Okay.
So that's correct. You know what I mean? That's correct. Good one. Go ahead. Y'all ain't gonna let me finish 13 to go ahead.
So we're 15 now, sir. Select.
No sweat.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7, and verse 15. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart.
Right. Let him depart. Yo, don't sweat it. I done lost a rib. I ain't lose a rib. It departed, so you know what I mean? Like I still got brothers and sisters in the UPK. And I really wasn't tripping. You know what I mean? I really wasn't tripping. My spirit wasn't crushed. Because when you come in the truth, you start to realize that brothers and sisters leave the truth. Not a lot, but every now and then you get used to it. The more time you're in, every now and then you might find maybe so many years. I know several brothers that left the truth, several sisters that left the truth. This is the business. Not everybody is as strong as you. And not everybody is as loyal to the Most High as y'all. So normally when somebody leave, I care nothing about them. Saparia, you know me. I'm not begging nobody in. I learned this from Commander General Yohana. You call me, you trying to get back in, I weigh it out. I'll see, and I don't mind giving you that mercy because Commander General Yohana and Christ required. That's the reason why. Everybody deserves a shot. There's some people that may not deserve a shot. Some people don't make it back, which is a lot of them. I know brothers that got caught strokes, died, got locked up, that left the truth. The problem is, let me tell you something. Y'all know about King Saul. When the Lord removed him, the Lord took his spirit back. Took his spirit back from him. When you normally leave when you leave the truth, you don't get that. You don't get to take the Lord's spirit with you. That's why like break-offs are such a damn joke. Like I'm battling a dude that has a teacher that's a break-off, and he's teaching to get baptized with water. This is the best that's out with Hebrew Israelites. You notice different groups different conscious black groups, different Christians are not battling other Hebrew Israelite groups. Who are they battling? The ISUPK. That's why you always got to keep your sword sharp. Your day off, you studying for your next breakdown. You studying for a battle. That's UPK. That's all we did was study. Like the Christians got a little heart. And now they trying to rise up after so many years of us destroying the Christian church. Come on with it.
So this is not a after this scripture, you want to off topic.
That's fine. No sweat. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 15, but if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or sister is not under bondage in such cases, but God have called us to peace.
Right. Let me look for where I am. Did we get to that?
Con, that was it.
All right. Where we at? 15. Blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something. Let me get to it. I'm going to use one scripture next time I come here, but I'm going to go down and I'm going to skip. Yeah, I'm going to deal with that on the next time. But I want you to get down with this. Give me 27. Give me 20. No, 26. Verse 26.
Verse 26. I suppose, therefore, that this is good for the present distress. I say.
And let me tell you something. When he's talking about that time period, this is the same time period that you would. Read on.
I say that it is good for a man so to be. Verse 27. Art thou bond unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed.
Right. You married, man. Stay with that woman. Raise them kids up. Raise that woman up. The Lord got you two together and y'all became one flesh. Yo, that's a bond. You get another wife, same thing. You understand? Read.
Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loosed?
Like don't seek to be loose to this sister. She needs you. Your children need you. She'll get in order. You're going to teach her to get in order. But you got to do it with patience, just like we are patient with you. Just like, we long suffering with you because the Lord was long suffering with us. Man, the General Yohana was long suffering with me. I'm calling General Hyman. I used to call General Yohana a lot. I mean, a lot. Something popped up. Yo, listen, I'm ready to. Hey, don't even worry about it, man. We're gonna get you through Hebrew Academy. You don't worry about it. You're gonna knock his teeth out his mouth. That's the type of dude I was. Ready to, I had all kinds. I would tell him everything. When I'm ready to fight, when I'm pissed off, serious. I ain't went to jail since I've been in the truth. Got in a couple of squirmers. I ain't went to jail though. I got a couple of fights. But one time, Shock was like, "Yo, you all right, Katham?" Made a U-turn. But anyway, go ahead.
Seek not to be loose.
These are my young in the truth days. All right. Seek not to be loose. Go ahead.
Art thou loose from a wife? Seek not a wife. Verse 28. But if thou marry.
Meaning this, man, if you seek to be loose from a wife right now, get your head right. Get your head right. Don't run like you need to be in a relationship. What is that for? No. Yeah, the water, brother. You know what I mean? Don't run into a you know what I mean? Like the wisest thing, and I can tell a brother, is dig more into this wife here, the Baltimore school. Right. Let that be your wife. Bring brothers in here. It should be them chairs. I want to be filled up, and I'm gonna just tell you that straight up. all this racial tension coming, all this stuff. Like, yo, we supposed to, and Baltimore is not a city that love white people like DC, right? Baltimore is a black city. Like you supposed to go out there and dog Trump, dog America, dog the brother being killed by some Asians. Like you're speaking, you supposed to be working. You supposed to be coming in here. Hey, I want this for my speaking. I'm going into the Asians, or I'm going into the politicians. I'm going into black leaders. Let me try to. This is the one. This is what class was for. I keep telling y'all, this is what class is, so that you can go out and speak. Black Watch. You're supposed to be memorizing what Commander General Yohana's saying and going out there blazing. Like the whole, you know what I mean? Like, yo, if I showed you my old Bible, you'll see all writings in it. Because Wednesday night, now I'm coming up with my breakdown. Now I done made a decision what I'm going to go into. Like, take camp real serious. Read that again.
Verse 27. Art thou bond unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed.
Yeah, seek not to be loosed. You married, man, don't try to get out that marriage. Don't try to get out of it. There's brothers that marry a woman and they knew that they didn't absolutely go through six months to a year, and now they try to get out of it. They try to get her to leave the truth. There's certain brothers that'll do it. They'll try to get the woman to leave the truth when she deserved to be, saved and walked into the kingdom. You know what I mean? Salvation is for the men and the women that are Israelite by blood. Like, don't defraud her from the kingdom. You married her, you stand by it, you stick with it, and you build on that. That's your job. When you become an officer, your job is different from a nigga in the world. You ain't that nigga in the world. You're an officer. And guess what? We're going to hold you accountable. It's only right. When you took that oath, guess what? It's only right that we dig into you and make you fulfill. Your job is to go ahead and gladly accept what you took an oath for. Right or wrong?
Come.
And that's real. You're gonna have problems. You're gonna have problems. The problem is how do you straighten them out? By getting counsel.
Salakia, sir. I just want to add on top of that. A lot of times we'd think if we just leave this one alone and go get another one, we can duck the smoke. As soon as you get another one, you're gonna get the same problems eventually with the new one.
I was gonna get to that. That's the purpose of the 6-month year. You see that? That's exactly right. Because even the 6 months to a year rule don't mean you never gonna have problems. Right. But at least you know what you're dealing with. It's like it's like it protects women from you, and it protects you from women. It doesn't stop you from marrying. Brothers think that it stops them from marrying a sister. When a camp leader tell you got to wait for 6 months to a year rule, we all know the rules is so she can shed herself from the world. You think brothers really listen to that? Wow, what did you say? Seemed like forever. You know what I mean? Did you say brothers say that to you? It seemed like forever. They forget about, letting her shed herself from the world. She forget about letting him shed himself from the world. That's the purpose. The purpose is to protect the marriage, make the marriage strong. Make it a UPK marriage.
Art thou loose from a wife? Seek not a wife. Verse 28. And if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she hath not sinned.
Right. It's good that the brothers get married and get a virgin. I don't know how many brothers gonna get a virgin these days. You know what I mean? Shoot. Past the age of 21, you damn near might be short. Go ahead, read on. That's all I'm saying. Let's keep it real.
Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you.
Right, they're gonna have trouble in the flesh. You know what I mean? Let them marry. You know what I mean? In the school, we want them to do it the right way. You know what I mean? Like, you get to know a sister. You call her enough. You start getting angry with her. You still like her, but now you start to get to really know her. Start to get to know the likes and the dislikes and her habits or her attitude. And then I know brothers and sisters that called it off. They realized it ain't a good match. Because you caught the sister don't mean you're going to marry her. It's just a precaution to keep you safe. That's the real deal. Like, I wish a lot of brothers and sisters would get it. There's some brothers in the school and sisters that actually get it. They actually really get it. And they still call my phone. But one thing about it, whatever's going on, they really love one another. And they say it as I'm counseling them separately. That's the best thing. When a brother say, yo, I love her, or a sister say, I love him, like, we got problems. We need your help. You know what I mean? Like, that is, you can't ask for no more than that. They argue, but they know they love each other. That's where we supposed to be with it. Those are my sisters and brothers. So do I be up at night sometimes? Yeah. Because I got two people that love each other. They just trying to work it out. That's going to be your job. Right. What you going to do when a young brother come in here? You know what I mean? And I didn't ask certain couples, do they love each other? I'm listening to them and they say it. That's right. You know what I mean? Like, come on. That's an easy fix if you love one another, right or wrong. You know what I mean? It's when you hate each other. Or one party makes the other party, the other one, to become hateful. Now, it was a lot of work. That's why I'm going into this. Read on, Doc.
But this I say, brethren, the time is short.
He said what?
But this I say, brethren, the time is short.
Paul ain't playing. He like, yo, man, listen, the time is short. Forget all that bull. Go ahead.
It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
What does that mean? You've been, let me get him. Right. I'm gonna go a little further. Even if you lose a woman, even if you in the truth and it jeopardize your relationship, you're supposed to act like you ain't got a wife. That's the work. I'm going to camp. Yo, I'm going to this event with the brothers. Nah, baby, you need to take your son to the football. Nigga, I ain't taking him nowhere. You can take him. Here's some Uber money. Like, that's the work of the UPK. You got to roll like you are single. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. You got to act like, yo, it's just me. I think she's somebody at the door. Y'all always supposed to let the man that ain't reading go. You know what I mean? And that's how you gotta roll. Like you remember if you ever saw Heat? You ever see the movie Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro? And they sitting at the table. Right? And Robert De Niro says to him, he said, yo, he said, but you got a woman, a girlfriend or whatever. He said, what you gonna do? Robert De Niro tells him, he said, listen, I don't attach myself to nothing that I can't drop in a minute, in a second. Like in his mind, it was like, it was heavy though. And I look at it and I remember Commander General Yohana bringing that out in the truth. And when he said it, I remembered that scene. And I said, yo, you got to be unmoved, unshaken. And to put that spirit in. Those apostles had wives. Did y'all know that? Those apostles had wives. That's why Peter asked him. He said, we done lost everything. We done gave it all up. Are you willing to do that? I don't hear a con in there. Everybody trying to keep their job. Keep their wooden floor like Kunta Kinte and Fiddler on the Roof. They're like, nah, I ain't willing. But that's, you know what I mean? Like, that's how you got to be in the truth. And I'm going to say this, right? Commander General Yohana was like that. I remember, didn't you have another question on demons or something? Hey, what time is it, first of all?
It's 9:25.
Oh, man, y'all should have been told me. Hey, yo, man, I'm going to come back up here and teach another class. I got more scriptures. Yo, but I'm going to drop this on you. I remember I was in class, right? Now, you want to know some brotherhood stuff? And sisters be talking about demons, right? The best way to fight a demon, get the apocrypha. You got the apocrypha? Hey, I'm gonna let you read Sapari if you don't mind. First of all, if you going through, I'm gonna give it to you. First of all, if you going through, give me Ecclesiasticus. Chapter 20, verse 32. The whole thing about going through something and you think you got a demon. First of all, it's never counsel your goddamn self.
Right.
That's number one. Number two is never talk to the person that you got the demon. The reason why you got a demon, you don't talk to them. Because all you're gonna do is cause more confrontation. So the number one, Ecclesiastes chapter 20, verse 32. So the first thing you don't do is you don't counsel yourself. You back up from this. That's one thing I understood about myself, that I didn't know nothing when I came in here. I knew that the men above me, they knew way more than me, because with the things that I thought I knew about the Bible, I didn't know nothing about the Bible. First of all, I didn't think I knew too much about the Bible anyway. And the things that I thought I knew about the Bible, I realized that I didn't know nothing about the Bible. So I started to understand that it's better for me to listen to a man that's better than me. You know what I mean? Like, I've been messing up my whole entire life. You know what I mean? Poor decisions, wrong. Even if something worked out for me, it still didn't help me. The truth is the only thing that helped me. So when it came to problems, I realized this is what I needed. And I remember being in a council. Me and Q was me and General Cabal, you know, that's my brother, him and General Sharmal, and the generals too. But I remember me and General Q, we said, damn, General Muhammad, walked us through the fog. You know what I'm saying? Like we was in a council, we got lost. There was too much going on, and we was like trying to listen in, and General Hyman walked us through this fog, meaning we was able to see afterwards. So a lot of things I learned from them generals. I'm gonna just tell you that now. A lot of things. And one thing I know is never counsel yourself. First of all, if you got a demon, right? This is what normally happens. You get a demon, and it's in your mind. Then your dumb ass start thinking what you thinking about the demon is wiser than that demon when it's two demons. One demon got you thinking this is the right way to go against the other demon. So-called white man got what do they normally have on a show on TV or in the movies?
They got a red angel.
Both of them are demons. Both of them are demons. You know what I mean? You get the counsel for somebody that doesn't have a demon. You know what I mean? You're not leaning to your own understanding when you think you got somebody telling you one thing and you saying this is a demon and I'm going to go against the demon. Nah, you come get counsel. Go ahead and read.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 20, verse 32. Necessary.
And that goes to show you, Salakia, that goes to show you how television, they gives us our moral compass, which is wicked, which comes from Esau. Go ahead and read on.
Come on. Necessary patience in seeking the Lord is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide.
You need a guide. That's the rank system. That's a brother that's over you, and he show you this is how you go. Don't do that, Ak. Do this, Ak. Yo, Ak, I'm just counseling you. I'm giving you good counsel, Ak. You know what I mean? Read it again.
Come. Necessary.
Know where you at.
Come. Ecclesiasticus chapter 20, verse 32. Necessary patience in seeking the Lord is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide.
You see that? You're going to always need a guide. If I want to become a mechanic, guess what? I'm working on my car. A mechanic is going to guide me. You know what I mean? If I ain't that good, guess who going to do it? A mechanic. I let the ISUBK, the men above me, guide me. And it been some rough times. I let them guide me. And it worked out. Literally, it worked out. The only time I would say that I saw where it didn't work out for somebody else is when they don't follow what you say.
Right.
When they try to tweak it or don't do it. Give me Proverbs chapter 1, verse 31. Man, I had a bunch of stuff through. Oh, yeah, come on.
Proverbs 1 and 31. Therefore shall they eat of their own, of the fruit of their own way.
Right, meaning this. You don't listen to counsel. So you're going to eat the fruit of what?
Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way.
What are they going to eat the fruit of?
Of their own way.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you do it on the mic so people can hear it. Go ahead.
And be filled with their own devices.
Yeah, you're going to be filled with your own devices. Whatever you come up with that you think. And that's what normally happens. And here's the problem with that. That's why, you know what I mean? That's why in the UPK, you are to jump on these things before it gets deeper and deeper into a big hole. As soon as something arises, you're supposed to, yo, listen, this is what's up. You know what I mean? Like before it get crazy. What happened? Let me tell you what normally happens. A brother will wait till it gets crazy and then come get our help. Sisters, never wait too late. The minute you see it starting to stir up, call us. Call your camp leader. It's easier for us to fix the situation and be done with it. Read.
For the turning away, verse 32, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prophecies of fools shall destroy them.
Right. That's when you start counseling yourself. That's when you start thinking that you talking to a demon. You know what I mean? Like you think you figuring it out on your own, but really, it's several demons convincing you that this is the way to go. That's what's going on with your own mind. Nah, don't even listen to yourself. Call somebody above you. All right? Hey, yo, with that, I'm going to end this class. I'm going to be back out here. I got other scriptures that I'm going to go into. Hey, the water for plugging in. This is the ISUBK under Commander General Yohana, and I'm going to say shalom. This is General Katham Cabal. Hey, the water for Sloan. Hey, yo, click like and always keep asking questions.
That will give one curse.
We are the I'm on mute. We are the ISUBK 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Yohana. We rules for brothers and sisters. We, a new brother or sister coming to the school, off limits for 6 months. They are we saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. For 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will support each other. After this 6 months period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry, ties, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8-10. It's 10th in the Hebrew, and it's pronounced Ma'ashra, 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. The Treasury Department will teach it. Priest, farm, free will offer priests, not mandatory. whatsoever amount you would like to give. Up and coming Holy Convocation. What is it in August, September?
September 11th
September 11th.
is the
Memorial blowing the trumpets. Mine, I can check on social media such as IGBK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for IGBK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, that he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, short pants, a headband, and scarf. That's it. Shalom. That concludes the class.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isubk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're